All right, so I got more of these sessions on record in the archive than I can possibly handle in terms of editing and posting and so on. But I just keep adding to them because it's an obsession, isn't it? Let's face it. Oh, that wasn't so good, was it? 51. It's got to be a repeat. And it's a repeat because we didn't make the win target. So that's 1-2 now. Oh, that's nice. I like that. See, now we've got the target, so we go back to the min. Win, then min. Oh, you ratbag. Ay, ay, ay. Happens all the time. Got to keep telling yourself that. That's a repeater. For the reason.
Sorry, there is nothing to repeat.
Oh, shut up. I wasn't talking to you. Really? It's back to the minimum, isn't it? In spite of that rude interruption. I was lucky. Lucky is good. Dealer bust is better. All right. Nasty. What was that last one? It's got to be 3-4 then, hasn't it? 7-8. Nicely timed. Double for the loss. Repeat. 51. Two, 3. Eh? 5, 6. Rats. Would have been nice. Ouch. 11-6 dropped to 3. 14-6. Damn it, 17-6. Alexa, stop.
This is a reminder.
17-6, 17-6, 17-6, 17-6, 17-6, 11-6. So now it's going to be 11-12 for the tie. That's only because I'm converting a mid-recovery bet or just an ordinary type bet into a turnaround bet. So now we're on 11-12. Oh dear. Bust by 1. All right, so we're going to call it 5-6 in 500s, which is 2.5, 3, and then we're going to run away. Oh boy, I do believe that's a double. I'm going to have to look that up. It's a double. Boy, oh boy. Going to make us or break us. Well, it made us, didn't it? It's what you need those things to do, you know. And I don't know why I have this mental block with the soft doubles. I think a lot of people do actually. Was that a double? I better do that just in case. That was rotten. 1-2. Back to the min. Looking pretty damn sexy right now, aren't we? One way or another. If rich is sexy, which is debatable. It's 51, I think. 2-3, 1-2-3. That was clever. Wish I could bottle that. Anytime the dealer busts with 22, I got a big smile on my face. +1. Bugger. 1-2. 3-4. Oh, good timing. Lovely. Double for the loss. Uh, 1-2, I think. 3-4. 1-2-3-4. Oh, dear, oh dear. I like it. Double for the loss. Repeat. Home stretch now, I think. I always say that when we got less than 3 decks left up there. +1. Double for the push. 1-2. Hey, 3-4. Hate it when this happens in the home stretch. But less so now. Very pretty. Oh dear. 3-4. I think this is likely to be the last. All right, don't like that much. 7-8. And we're into a new shoe now. Oh, 7-8. So now we're going to go 7-15 for the turnaround because of the push. Oh my goodness. All right, well, we're going to call that blind luck, right? You know, I mean, that's how you have to look at it. Okay, so now we could continue with the second shoe. I like that one very much. Thank you. Double for the push. Aye. Double for the push. I completely lost track now. I think we're probably on plus max, but I'm not sure. All right, so we repeat that and see if we can get it back. All right, we did. So we go back to the min. Getting some luck this time. Plus 1. 51. Repeat it. Bugger. 1, 2. Double. Those are the ones you want. That's 1. Plus 1. This is going quite nicely. I think this is definitely a better shoe. Ah. Okay. 1, 2. Ah, bugger. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7, 8. Long grass. Oh, look at that. That was a bit cheeky. I don't mind cheeky, so long as it's me that's doing it. Plus 1, I think. Plus 1. That's 1, 2. That's 3, 4. Now back to 7, 8 again. Long grass again. All right. It's a pretty decent 2-shoe total, I think, in 13 minutes. Double for the push. Oh, very fancy. 1, 2. 3, 4. It's a bit bumpy, this one, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Lovely. All right. Didn't want him to get that 7 up there, now did we? Plus 1. $51. Repeat. 1, 2. Oh, bugger. So rude. 3, 4. Try again. 7, 8. Again. 15, 8. Drop to 3. 18, 8. 21-8. Why am I laughing? 24-8. Well, that just worked. Okay, so that was 6. So 18-8, which we will call in 500s 4-2. Oh, 6-4, which is 3-2 in thousands. Oh, I like that. Does that get us out? It does, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. All right, back to the min. Love it. Double for the loss. 1-2. That was good. Minimum. +1. +1. You can't beat those, really, can you? 1-2. Back to the min. Double for the loss. One, 2. Okay, 3-4. All right, bloody showing off now, aren't you? 3, 4, 7, 8. You didn't have to do that. 15-8 dropped to 3. 12-8, which I think we should call 3-2 in 500s. Ah, I don't believe that. Well, yeah, I do. 5-4, so we'll call that 3-2 in thousands now. 5-4. Now we're going to run away. No, we're not going to run away. It's too soon for that. 5-4. Oh boy. Well, look at that. Okay, so that was a very nicely timed double down. Some twit out there is going to tell me that I knew what was coming, but I promise you I didn't. And so I guess this one it has to be consigned to. We're at 19 minutes. 19 mins plus 13. Yeah, what you'll often hear from the so-called experts, the mathematicians, as I like to call them, is that any kind of progressive betting strategy that you try may get away with it for a few sessions, but then suddenly all the wheels will come off, the tits will go up, the belly will, etc., etc., etc. And it's absolute nonsense, as I've been able to demonstrate more times than I can shake a stick at. But people who watch this stuff from me, they've got to make up their own minds, and believe it or not, and so on. But it's not my job to try and persuade people to do this. What I'm trying to do is persuade people to not to even think about taking on any of these games without a huge amount of money behind them and a strategy, hopefully a better one than this one, but I haven't found a better one than this one, so that's all I can say about that. If you know a better strategy, then what the fuck are you doing here is all I can say. But it's one of those things, I mean, my job is to try and persuade as many people as I can reach that without an enormous amount of money behind you, which most of us, I mean, like sort of maybe 1 in 10,000 can afford the kind of money that I'm putting up in these funny money simulated sessions. And please don't tell me that sims are not the same as the real thing. They damn well are. And the people who say that sort of thing are mostly, sort of just, well, they're idiots, basically. But, there's no law against being an idiot. Just don't expect anybody else to believe what you're saying. That's the most important thing. Anyway, I will see you next time. Okay, so if you've been here before, sat through one of these interminable demos with me, and I appreciate it if you have, you'll know that I'm always kind of disappointed when I'm faced with a new data set that actually gives me a slight player advantage to start with, because to me that's not nearly exciting enough. What I like to see is more losses than wins, ending up with a profit for pattern betting. And of course that's absolutely common, happens all the time, and it's the only way you can beat these games is to have a strategy which enables you to win more when you win, blah blah blah. You know the story. You have to win more when you win, and you lose when you lose, in order to make up for the fact that over time you will lose more bets than you win. Okay, so I've got the spiel out of the way there. Here, this is the online reality. I got the win here, and I'm very careful with writing down the bets, but I do perhaps make mistakes. I don't know. I got the win slightly less than it was shown on the final Nadgery Poodle here. I'm just going to try and pull that up. This one shows 13,325 as the win, and in fact, I've got it as 12,925. So I'm not bothered about that, because the main thing is we're showing a very, very solid win for the pattern betting method. This was all the bets that I placed in the demo, the session that you just saw. Hopefully, maybe you didn't, but it's there anyway for you to look at. And as you can see, pretty standard kind of behavior on the part of the flat AV. This being sort of what would happen if you were betting just one unit at a time. Up, down, uppity, uppity, up. And well, you can see it. I mean, you don't need me to describe it. And here's the difference, of course, is, you got a player edge of 2.1%, plus 2.1% here, meaning more wins than losses. And then over here, you've got pattern betting's result, win percentage, which is 28.8%. And that's a hell of a sight better than 2.1%. Let's face it. Result plus 12,925, average bet about 600, average win 570, average loss 270. So that's an average win value over average loss value of 213%. Very good. Indicated result, if you take the plus 2.1% and multiply it by the action here, indicated result is somewhat less than $1,000, but we made a little teensy-weensy bit less than 13,000. And this is the kind of difference that anybody who takes these games seriously needs to take into account and to think about. What I have to stress, and I do it as often as I remember to do it, is that I am not pitching this as the holy grail. I'm not saying that everybody should bet this way, because the vast majority of people cannot afford to bet this way. And that is why the casinos keep kicking the crap out of people who go up to the tables with too little ammunition. They look across at a dealer's tray which has got anywhere from 150,000 to 500,000 in it, in chips, obviously. And they're sort of sitting there with 2, 5, 10, even 50,000 is not enough to get through some of the volatility that you'll see. And this is, these are examples here. I mean, here we are, we're at plus 6, and then we fall all the way down to -3. Now, a drop like that is enough to kill somebody like Vegas Matt or Bobby Rivas or Degen Dalt or Dana White or whoever. And when Dana White says to you that he beat Caesars out of 16.5 million at Baccarat and that he hasn't lost since September 1st and all that sort of thing, I'm sorry. Pinch of salt. No, block of salt. Salt mine. I mean, okay, so +9 drops all the way down to +1. So it's another sort of 8.8 drop there. And another nasty here. I mean, look at it. 7 drops down to 1. And those are the volatile moments that suck up the bankrolls of people who don't go to these tables properly armed. And I'm just trying to get across the message to thinking would-be gamblers. Do you really want to throw your money away? If you don't have ammunition, you can't beat the bad guys. And let's be clear, they are bad guys. And as far as I'm concerned, the people who promote their bullshit, people like Vegas Matt and Bobby Rivas and Dana White and the Jack of Farts and Crazy Cody, Burn Money and so on, they're bad guys too, because they are selling the idea that gambling is exciting and entertaining and fun. Absolute crap. It's not fun unless you can put up a real fight. And most people, me included, most of the time, I mean, I did fine in the years that I lived in Nevada, but only because I recognized the problem that faced me when I first went to Las Vegas in the late 70s and thought, okay, I've got to do something about this. And then I met a guy who was a fountain of information about the arithmetic of games of chance, the way to beat them and stuff like that. And he didn't propose pattern betting, and it wasn't called pattern betting back then. It was a somewhat different strategy back in '96 when I first put it online, and in the sort of '80s and mid '90s when I was putting it into practice in Las Vegas, because I lived in Pasadena for many years and used to travel regularly, probably at least once a month, to Las Vegas, sometimes by train. That was kind of fun, very slow, because American trains are notoriously slow, but interesting. And off I would go, and I'd sort of stay at the Union Plaza, which was right where the station was in those days. I think the station in Las Vegas the railway station is gone now. I'm not sure about that. I don't know. But yeah, that's how it used to be. And it was called the Union Plaza because it was Union Station and Union whatever. But anyway, the main message I'm trying to get across is don't do it. Just don't, you might say. So I'm anti-casino, anti-Vegas Matt and Co., not anti-gambling, because I still find it absolutely fascinating. And I also recognize that as soon as you start saying gambling is bad, gambling is sinful, gambling is evil, then it just makes it more attractive to many people. So what you have to do is just tell the truth, that nobody's got a chance in hell of beating volatility like this, unless they have the right ammunition, the right weaponry. And I've said many times, it would be like the Ukrainians saying, yeah, we want to beat the fucking Russians, but we don't want to do it with ammo because we can't afford it. We want to do it with pea shooters and rocks and slingshots. Ridiculous. So that's how it is anyway. The algorithm this time, let's see, what did I have here? I had 45,000 worth of action and won 35.3% of that. Oh, look at that. I've got the wrong percentage there, haven't I? Let me fix that. This is the percentage from the other thing, pattern betting. You can't see that up there, but my bad. I do make mistakes, but I always find them. Online reality. And there you see. online reality was actually a 35% player edge built on a basic player edge of 2.1%. So that's something to be proud of, isn't it? We go over to up here, the algorithm, and the algorithm did just fine. Thank you very much. That the algorithm was where the 28.8% came in. It won more, 13,763. But the action was quite a bit higher. The action was 58,450. So that's where the difference is. The algorithm is as perfect as I can make it, but I can't claim that it's any more perfect than I am, in the sense that there are probably a couple of bets in here that were over bets, and I'm not going to worry about that, simply because what I'm trying to get across is the principal idea, the principal concept. And that is, you cannot beat these games if you do what you're doing right now. And most of the people, the millions who are clicking on my content, well, there are dozens anyway, all of you, I betcha, are going into these games with bugger all money. And you're wasting your money, you're wasting your time. Don't do it. There are better things that you can do with your dosh, That's all I'm trying to say to you, and it's an ongoing project for me, and I do notice that in the last 6 months I've seen a quite considerable percentage improvement in the number of people who hit on my content, but of course it's still not in numbers anything like Vegas Matt's or Bobby Rivas's or any of those guys, because frankly, the way it works is that the vast majority of people that follow Vegas Matt and Co., the people who actually enjoy vicarious gambling as a spectator sport, I mean, what a concept. They're idiots. They haven't got enough grey cells to figure out that they're being conned. They're being reeled in. They are being shilled. That's the reality. And I don't think Vegas Matt likes me saying that, because he's just made another 3 attempts to get me knocked off YouTube with 3 copyright claims. And so far, YouTube hasn't actually done it. They sent me a note a week or so ago after the first one saying, if there are 3, you're dead meat. There have been 3 now, and it's actually the 4th in my history with Vegas Matt, and I'm still, as far as I know, still there. Last time I looked was about an hour ago, and the channel was still functioning. So what can I tell you? Anyway, that's the story. Back down to online reality, a very nice, very comfortable 35%. What was it? Yeah, 35.3% built from plus 2.1%. And I really do prefer it when I see more losses than wins, because that makes my point much more dramatically. But here we are. This is what we've got. I can only work with what I've got. I can't make this shit up. I wouldn't want to. What would be the point? And this is why it sort of irks me sometimes when I get feedback from idiots who say things like, yeah, well, you know what's coming. You know exactly what's coming from these sims. You're manipulating them, controlling them. I'm all, what absolute nonsense. And I don't know how Mike Shackelford, the Wizard of Oz, would react to the suggestion from very few people, actually. It's not very many, but it's certainly enough to be annoying. I don't know how he'd react to that. And certainly Baccarat Win Pro, I mean, that's just a stupid piece of nonsense. But you get a lot of that. Gambling basically relies on disinformation, misinformation, bullshitting, nonsense. Like your Dana White saying they won 16.5 million at Caesars. I mean, is he seriously suggesting that if somebody had beaten them out of 16.5 million, Caesars wouldn't be going to the press with that, making a big jump up and down? That's what these big casinos do. When somebody beats them out of a shitload of money, they publicize it because it attracts more whales. So I think that Mr. White is full of shit. So anyway, next time.